Greetings once again, my young kings and queens of the spirited soul of one. I just thought it was important to share with you just a little bit more about the solar plexus work that you are doing right now. It is not always easy. It is not always ecstatic or blissful. I ask you to be mindful that this is the temple throne room of the first birth. And you know that birth is always accompanied with a touch of labor. There is resistance that brings the agitated state of expansive being that comes out of the womb, the triple black womb, into light. That light has to constrict into form according to the authority and the passionate drive in the vibratory power of Aset and Nebathet as they reach the Asarian field of potential. But as this big expansive bang of light occurs, the next process is with the solar plexus. The field of duality, of conflict, the field of tension that creates the gravity for this quantum expression of light to begin to take form. I said earlier, the chakras are often depicted as the lotus flower, and we know the lotus blooms from the mud. I ask you to go into a contemplation about that concept. Think of what happens in birth. The breaking through of the mud and the slime. The breaking through this membrane of tension requires effort, requires the energetic presence of your authority, the energetic presence of your passionate drive. You came through the authority, and that brought you through the ecstasy of passion and drive. Now, in order to mold this potential into what you're holding in your vision, this tension is required. This resistance is required. It is your gatekeeper, and it will show up in your life as such in situations and circumstances that tend to block you or trick you. Ilegua, the trickster. Everything comes with a price, dear ones. And the price is to be true to your potential, to your capabilities, as you dig deep and pull forth this effort to transform from no thingness into the first birth of form. So don't allow this membrane, this tension, this conflict, this mud to frighten you away from realizing the bloom of your lotus potential. Stay with it. The miracles are abounding. And you must come through this struggle with yourself if you're going to carry it to the greater expansion. Your individual self with your beloved, your family, your community, your nation, your world, your galaxy. Each one of these levels out to the universe, the multiverse, the omniverse, each one of these levels is going to require your ability to break through the membrane of tension. The gatekeepers, welcome them. They let you know the positioning of your accomplishment, what you're really ready for, and where you need work, where your work is. And because, beloved, we are eternal and infinite at our source, this evolutionary ascending process is also infinite. No, beloved, we don't top out. That is the perception of the ego talking when you hear that. We don't top out. With each new dimension of accomplishment, we gather our forces to break through again and again and again. And believe me when I say this is nothing new to your spirited soul, or you wouldn't be here now, today. So be encouraged by the gatekeepers and their presence, by the sludge of the mud, by the tension, by the conflict. Yes, beloved, it can feel very intense to the body and alert the ego that it's under threat. This can be what we will then mentally associate with the idea of difficult, maybe impossible, maybe too troublesome. All of those thoughts, opinions, judgments are subjective and will lead your emotional energy to a constricted state. And when constriction folds over expansion, it can be intense. I'm just saying, realize it for what it is. It is your first birth. And you have to embrace your first birth if you are to proceed to the ascension of your second birth. There is a struggle, but it's all right. All right. Nothing wrong. And you are ready. That's why you're here. So be encouraged. I look forward to seeing you this coming Saturday, beloved ones. Until then, you have a wonderful